So if you don't know who this is Charles and Willa Bruce. Charles and Willa Bruce were both owners of Bruce Beach that resides in Manhattan Beach, Los Angeles, California. In 1912, Willa Bruce purchased 2 lots of land along the Strand in Manhattan Beach. And shortly after this land was purchased, they opened it up for black residents as a way to combat segregation. In those days, black people were not allowed at beaches. They weren't allowed a lot of places. So basically, to combat that, they created their own spot. As soon as this place opened and started thriving, it just became a popular tourist attraction. It became a popular visiting place for foundational black Americans at that time. And because this was a very prosperous tourist attraction and it was very successful, the white people around them saw this and they got hostile, they got jealous. So in order to sabotage their business, the city of Manhattan Beach Council used eminent domain to close it down. So basically, they were forced to sell their land for a fraction of what it was worth. So in 1924, they had to sell that land to the city for $14,000, and the land was worth $70,000. Y'all let that sink in. And not to mention, 10 years prior to that, the wife only bought this land for $1,200 and something dollars. So that lets you know how prosperous this tourist attraction was, this beach was. This was a very thriving and booming place, and it had a lot of money coming in and out of it. So this is one out of many stories of how black people who try to build something in the United States got sabotaged. But the descendants did eventually get ownership back of that property. But just think about it. Just think about how successful they really could have been if they weren't sabotaged. They turned a $1,000 property into a $70,000 property within a 10-year span back in the early 1900s.